What up? What up? What up? It is Thursday night, October 5th, and we are here for the Bears versus the Washington Commanders post-game wrap-up. And we will have ShoeShine Boxing joining us, and I think Philly Drew will be joining us, and Mahulani is in the building. First, Paul Martinez is in the building second. Mahulani says, "Go Cowboys." Mahu, would you like to have a little friendly bet on that game? You know, sort of put your money where your mouth is type of deal? Or are you just talking as all Cowboy fans do? I didn't predict the. I wish I would have predicted the Bears to win. The Commander just blew up like five of my parlays right off the bat. This NFL ain't no joke, man. The parody. I got you 20. Y'all see that? $20. Me and Mahu will cash app each other. The loser will cash app the other person. I will definitely screenshot this, Mahu. So you don't flake out when they lose. No spread, straight up, right? Right in a Luham. Who ran you off, Mahu? Who made you change your name? All right, bets on. I got that screenshotted. This Bears game is almost over.
I think Justin Fields will probably be on the set.
Yeah,
Right?
Bears just kicked another field goal. What the hell?
Whatever set we're on, right?
Remove so this doesn't get blocked. Anyway, I wanted to see what's holding up ShoeShine because he had a topic I wanted to discuss before we got into my parlay for the weekend. Paul Martinez said, "My reason is that the Bears are overdue for a win." So because you're overdue for a win, that means you're going to win. I can't use that philosophy at all. Especially them playing on the road. They just been doing so terrible. Commanders has been doing pretty decent. So I don't know. I don't get this loss by the Commanders at all. Their field goal kicker needs to be they need to cut him. You got to make those field goals. Because actually right now, Washington should be going in for the tie right now. All right, let's add ShoeShine to the mix. What up, ShoeShine?
What's good, Derek?
Nothing. Commanders just blew up my parlay, my 5 of my parlays, but good thing it's only Thursday. But I wasn't expecting that at all.
I don't think anybody was. Yeah, my boy my co-host just hit me up and said that he's feeling the same wrath, man. He's pissed as fuck. His parlay's blown up too. 5 parlays?
Yeah, 5. But like I said, I do like about 30 over the weekend, so I'll be good. Like I said, all I need is one to hit. So
0-4. 0-4 beating the two. And Commander started off hot. 2-0.
Yeah. The NFL, man, it's like any given, even though it's Thursday, any given Sunday, man, anybody can win. That's what it's good and bad. Good for the people that like just to watch the games, bad for the gamblers and the bettors. Because I put when the Cardinals beat Dallas, I was like, no way that's gonna happen. Just somebody could have bet me 10 grand. I would have put 10 grand on it. That's no way the Cardinals are beating the Cowboys. Glad I didn't. Glad no one tried to bet me on that game because I would have took it.
Yeah.
College is easier. I don't know about that. Let us market you. I've seen some college games go real bad, go the other way. So I don't know.
Shout out to all the Bang Bang Niner gang. I'm here with Derek Ware, Dallas Cowboys veteran. Derek, that is the big game of the weekend, Sunday Night Football. It's a rubber match. We are 19-19 and one draw.
Oh, really?
19-19.
Let me let Philly Irish in here. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and take over for a minute. There's Philly Irish. What's up, Philly?
Chilling, you.
Drew, what's going on with your parlay?
Don't want to talk about it.
I think Paul was in our show on Wednesday night with his Drew's big parlay, blown up already on Thursday night.
It's not even 24 hours.
I hate when that happens. The first game is a wash. I hate that. But like I was telling ShoeShine, you got the whole weekend still though to make up for it, unless you just blew all your whole budget. With what?
I only spent $10 on it, but
right. Still, you don't want to go out in the first round.
Salute to everybody. I'm gonna have I'm trying to lose weight. Derek, this is this big YouTube event in a couple weeks here in Vegas, and I'm looking a little pudgy around the midsection. So I'm only drinking hard liquor.
So you must not be eating anything then, right? You're just drinking?
No, I haven't stopped eating. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's why there's too much good food here in Vegas. So Derek, I mean to ask you, do you have experience playing at Candlestick when you were with the Cardinals and the Cowboys?
Yep. I think it was my rookie year. We played there. Jerry Rice was playing for the 49ers at the time. But I didn't, I don't remember too much about it. I'm on the field and stuff. But I actually went there and watched games at Candlestick. And the facility was horrible. Like, like terrible.
I got a lot of
fun. I can say it was just terrible.
I'm wearing my old school San Francisco Giants hat, and I was just thinking, damn, Derek must have played around Jerry Rice. He had to have. Now I know I can confirm it. I'm trying to build some memorabilia back there, and I got my Jerry Rice autographed ball back there. I wonder what that thing is worth. I know there's people out there that would hawk that shit, but trying to get some memorabilia in the background.
I got a lot of memorabilia that I can't find, like Cowboys signed football with Emmett, and basically everybody was on that Super Bowl team from the year prior to I got there. Some old baseball bats from the Toronto Blue Jays. I can't find any of that stuff. I got to go check my mom's house. But I didn't think anything about it when I got the stuff. You know what I mean? That it'll be valuable later.
Is that who you were drafted by? I forgot your minor league team.
Toronto Blue Jays, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You remember Pete Rose? Does anybody remember Pete Rose? It's okay.
He's still not allowed to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've been thinking a lot about Hall of Fame. Been thinking a lot about the Baseball Hall of Fame, Derek. Been wondering what you think about Barry Bonds still not being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I mean, they haven't proved that he used steroids, right? It's just all an assumption, right?
Never proved.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's kind of like O.J. Simpson, he was found innocent, but he's really guilty in the public eye. You know what I mean? So I guess how they're looking at Barry Bonds. Like that's impossible. What he's done is impossible. Which I don't know. I think it's unfair, but it's life.
I heard that. So the game's not over?
Yeah, it's over. It's not officially over, I don't think, but it's over. But ShoeShine, I didn't want to start enough. ShoeShine has sent me this link about I'll let you go over it though, since you sent it to me. About the NCAA basically making a new rule. They call it the Dion rule, I guess. I'll let you explain it since you sent it to me, but then I'll chime in.
All right, I'm gonna try to paraphrase if I can remember the article the best I could. So NCAA players, people that go into the NCAA for a long time were lobbying for this thing called name and likeness, I believe, NIL, which would allow college athletes to market and brand themselves. And, you know, there's some incredible, not only male athletes, but female athletes in college athletics. And they want to make money off their little social media fame. And a lot of them have been able to brand themselves and whatnot. So I guess there's so many athletes that want to be part of what Deion Sanders is offering that they were going for unofficial interviews, unofficial, however the scouting process is. And Deion, I guess, went viral. He's gone viral with a lot of his marketing campaigns, right? Lamborghinis, Ferraris, all these potential top athletes around the nation. Now they want to change the script and flip the rules so he can't, I guess, basically photograph with potential recruits because.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no. That's what I guess the gist is. Now they only will allow you to do photography campaigns if it's an official, what they quote, official recruitment process or some shit, you know, but I don't know the college draft process. Obviously you played college ball and you were recruited. Things must have been a little different.
A lot has changed since my day, but yeah. So in the gist, Deion Sanders owns Lamborghinis and all these different fancy cars. So the recruits that come in, like ShoeShine was saying, all these guys get blown up by their social media and stuff. They come in and he's got these Lamborghinis and all these fancy cars and jewelry and stuff that they take pictures alongside or with, post on their social media, post with Deion, this and that. And these are kids that are, it's not an official visit. Like I think you get five official visits. And I don't know what official visit means, but then you get visits where you can just come visit. I think the official visits are where the school pays for the visit. You know, they fly you out, you know, wine and dine you. They have they can spend money on you. Supposedly
on the books, right?
Right, on the books. What's the guy, the quarterback that went to Manning, that went to Texas? They supposedly spent $250,000 on his visit, which was an official visit, but that's how much they spent just on, you know, dinners and whatever the hell. I don't know how you spend 250 grand on a visit, but that's how much they spent on his visit alone. So you get 5 official visits, and these kids were basically, he was having kids coming in that would come in on their own dime, just to, you know, shit, even just to get some pictures with Deion and blow up their social media and all that stuff. So now they're basically, they're trying to cut that out. They haven't officially cut it out yet, right? But that's what they're trying to do.
They want to implement a new rule. Right. So, man, they fucking with Deion.
Yeah, I mean, you knew something was going to come down the pipe because he's disrupting the NCAA the old way. So definitely they're definitely going to do more stuff than that. I can see it coming down the line for sure.
Isn't 75% of his team transfers? Like,
yeah,
they were saying
somewhere around that number.
75% of his team's transfers and everything. That's going to be another rule that they're going to look into. That, hey, if you guys are transferring all these players, a lot of them not going to be able to be eligible. Like normally, when you transfer to another program, you're ineligible to play for that season until next season. A lot of these guys that transferred to this school were eligible to play. Like his son, he transferred from Jackson State. He was eligible to play. Now I know another dude that got transferred from, I think it was Florida A&M or something, and he went to one of the Pac-10, like Pac-12 schools or Pac-10 schools. He wasn't eligible to play for that year because of him being him transferring and everything. So a lot of these guys were able to just start right away, be eligible to play on day one.
ShoeShine?
Are the days of recruiting players with these like grand hooker balls, is that long gone? Because that was always up in the headlines.
Well, with social media, I think it's long gone because it's always going to be somebody to take a snap of something and expose. You know what I mean? Expose you for it. And it's like, unless you're having something where there's no phones allowed, you know what I mean? It's not happening. But now they got the glasses coming out that have the. I'm sure there's already some out, but they have the cameras in it where you can live stream with the glasses. Facebook is
Really?
putting that up. Mark, yeah, it's
Oh,
coming out like
that's
next month or something like that.
you're kidding. Which do you know the company?
Uh-huh.
That's going to change the game.
I'd seen something was posted on Facebook or somewhere on social media. I seen it. Then my son confirmed it.
I'm
Too.
not
He
for
said I should get
the
it.
Snapchat glasses was a big fail, but it's just ready for somebody else to come up with better technology and
Yeah,
capitalize on that.
Zuckerberg's a copycat, so he'll take that and improve it and make it a lot better. But I can see the live streamers eating that up for sure.
Oh, most definitely. What's going on with the chat? It looks like the chat froze. Am I tripping? What's up, everybody?
Or no one's talking. Probably just sitting back listening like they normally do.
I don't know, a lot of
I
shit
don't know if it's frozen or not.
when it comes to college anymore. They let you make money now off endorsement deals. So
yes, speaking of that, I don't know if you guys heard of this. So Utah College, their team all got brand new Ram trucks. Did you guys hear about that? Anybody?
I heard of that.
ShoeShine.
Damn. No, I didn't hear that.
I heard that.
So basically, from the NIL collective for Utah, I guess they got a group of businessmen together, and you guys will basically sponsor our athletes. Just a way to kind of cheat the NIL system. No, because the NIL wasn't meant for that. It was meant for the players to go out and be able to sell their own likeness and this and that. But somehow, and no one's making a big deal out of this. I don't know why. Utah, they got a group of people together, businessmen, to basically, funnel money to the athletes. So they all got Ram trucks. I guess total was worth like $6 million or something like that. But there is some stipulations. I think they're leased. It's a 6-month lease, and I have to look it up. But something about they leave the school, they got to give the truck back or something. Yeah, stuff like that. Just an incentive, basically. It's really an incentive for them to get recruits. They're like, okay, if they're giving away trucks, what they're gonna be giving away when I get there. You know what I mean? So I could see the NCAA just being real fucked up in about 3 years, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It's gonna be pay to play, period.
Because it's mostly
go ahead.
Because it's mostly like people were getting caught back in the day for they call that accepting gifts. And everything. And I know that you get in trouble for accepting gifts from business people because that's like back in the day you have like the mob like trying to give you money to shed a couple points to beat a spread or something and everything. Like I don't know if it goes on. I doubt it goes on today probably, but it probably is still, maybe it does still depend on the sport and everything, but I'm surprised they don't say nothing about that because it's actually gifting athletes.
Yeah. I'm pulling up this photo. So from this it'll show it's gonna show you guys can keep on rapping while I pull up this photo.
Hey, shout out to Paul Martinez with the upset pick. That's right, Paul. Shout out to you. You said the Bears would pull off of the upset. Who saw that? Drew didn't see that.
Paul, if you didn't put no money on it, it's not real. You know what I mean? You didn't believe in it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure if he did put money on it, Derek, but still a lot of people in California don't have the luxury of online sports bet.
Oh, that's true. You're right. I keep thinking everybody can do it. You are
Paul,
absolutely right.
Paul, that doesn't mean put a bet on Minnesota to beat KC still. And don't do that.
Oh, no, yeah, that's right. It's other upset.
Don't do that.
He's going to be right, too, knowing it. You might as well take your chance on that one.
Don't do that, Paul.
Which I think is complete bullshit in California, Derek. It's total bullshit that you can't do sports betting in California.
That's that governor out there, man. He plays Captain Save-A-Ho. He's trying to act like he's responsible. He want, you know what I mean? Like he has to protect everyone from their own selves and stuff. Let me give you a shot of this truck real fast. This is a Dodge. This is the Ram that all of them got. It's got a bunch of advertising on them and shit. So
Oh,
Dodge was pretty smart about that part. They're gonna drive around with all this damn advertisement and shit on them. Clever, I would say. Yeah, you man, I don't know. Would you guys? I guess it's free. I guess you would drive it around if you didn't have a car, definitely. But it's got a lot of advertisement. I don't have a picture of the front, but they got the hell are those things called when you take a picture of the what are them and you get your information. I'm so bad with
yeah.
words. The thing on the back of the truck.
What license
Um,
plate or insurance?
the thing above the license plate. The hell they call them things? The come on, y'all. The codes. Now I'm getting pissed. I can't remember what these. Y'all see that, right? Y'all see the
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
The what do
The
they call
bottom.
that? Nah, the thing you take a picture of and it'll give you a menu. They use nowadays since COVID.
Oh, the
Never
damn
really.
QR code.
The QR code. Damn, why can't
Right,
I think of
right.
that? Yeah, they got the QR code thing on the back of the truck and all that shit.
Oh, the young kids is
So
good with the QR codes.
I
I still get
guess.
I get pissed off. I go to a restaurant, that's all they got, and I can't get the damn app to work on my phone. Like, don't you got
Right.
a pay? Don't you got a paper menu? I worked for a guy like 20 years ago, Derek, that gas is always expensive in California. This guy, my boss, had a car and it had like a wrap on it, and then he had like a digital sign. And we would all joke, it was all guys, and we were all like, look at this shit is crazy. Look what the boss is driving. And he was Iranian, and he's like, you're the idiot. I don't pay for fuel, I don't pay for gas. Everything is paid for. So I mean, to each his own, right? It's free transportation.
Yep. To each his own. Trying to find this other sideways picture. So, Philly, that really got you in a bad mood that the Commanders lost.
I'm not a Commanders fan. I'm an Eagles fan. So, like, tell you the truth, when I bet them on a parlay, it pissed me off and everything because they played somewhat well against my Eagles last week, even though my defense is still trying to figure out what the hell they're doing on this new defensive coordinator and everything. Just lose like this at home to Chicago, an 0-4 team, get blown out by them. They're the same old Commanders.
And Derek, I can remember 2 weeks ago, you were pretty adamant that there's no way the Cardinals could upset the Dallas Cowboys, and that was the biggest upset. And now I'm wondering if that is going to have any impact on this game this Sunday night against the 49ers.
Sure, what are you thinking? The Cowboys are going to upset the 49ers?
Hell no.
Or what are you thinking? That what you're thinking?
Well,
I mean, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. We've been debating it. Obviously, I'm a 49ers diehard fan, but this is, like I said, it's a 19-19 games apiece. It's a rubber match, and we have a hot rivalry for a very long time. I'm looking forward to the game.
Oh yeah, that'll be the game of the year so far up until today, up until this weekend for sure.
I don't think it would be an upset if Dallas beats them because Dallas is technically one of the best teams in the NFC, but
defense is hot.
Their defense
was hot.
Their defense was hot because
before the Cardinals
they're
game.
missing Trayvon Diggs.
That's right.
They're missing the best corner for the year with a torn ACL. They still have the same issue on defense than they did last year. They had problems stopping the run still. In my opinion, they still do.
Yeah.
The Niners defense, their weakness is still the secondary. Because their corners are like average at best. So if you can get that pressure off you for a while, you can make throws in that game. And Dobbs made some throws in that game because the offensive line kept the defensive line off them for a while. So that's the one thing about the defense in the Niners. If you can get past their linebackers or you can hold their defensive line and give your quarterback time to make throws, he's going to torch that secondary like crazy. And that's why and if you look at it like this, if anybody, if that Cowboys can stop McCaffrey and stop the one game and make them one-dimensional, the Niners are very beatable.
Okay, let me ask you this. Can you make a statement about this game without using the word if?
If they could stop Christian
Cowboys
McCaffrey.
Stop the one game, they will most likely win this game.
Have they stopped it yet?
I haven't played them yet.
I'm just saying the running game and period. The Cardinals ran all over him.
Yeah.
And then you got to remember, you got a smart coordinator in the San Francisco. So he's probably thinking what everybody else is thinking. Okay, the Cowboys are going to try and stop the run. 49ers got two good receivers. McCaffrey's comes out of the backfield as a receiver, just like a receiver. So I don't know. Unless the 49ers just totally just screw this up, I don't see them losing. I mean, that's just me. That's who I got my money on for sure.
Yeah, I'll pick.
But like I said, any given Sunday, you just don't know.
I think the one thing about the Niners, what they have to do, they gotta see where Michael Parsons lines up at, and they gotta make sure he's in check the whole game, because if Dan Quinn's gonna disguise him coming in and make blitz packages to disguise his blitz with Micah. They might even bring somebody else in, faking with Micah Parsons as the blitzer and everything. If you can keep an eye on him, and you keep him in check, you should win the game, no problem.
I would like to see the stats of how many sacks Micah Parsons has when their team is behind, because it seems like he stacks up his stuff when the other team has to pass a lot. They're playing from comeback. Yeah. Because we all know if you run at Micah Parsons, that's your best strategy. You just run at him because he's light. Not saying he's not good at stopping the run, but he's not great at, he's average at stopping the run. His thing is pass rushing and disrupting plays. So, I mean, I think the Cardinals, if you was watching their game, they ran at him and pretty much wore him down. I think he ended up getting a sack somewhere in that game, but as he didn't disrupt that game like he disrupted the other games. So
we got
49ers, they're pretty smart. Their offense coordinator is pretty smart. So
we got 27 people in the chat right here. Derek, everybody rep your city. Let me know what team you going with. Rep your city. We got Raiders fans. We got Dallas fans.
You get about 3 people to do it. Most of them just sit back and lurk, hoping
Monday night, Raiders are on prime time. Monday night, Raiders game. The Raiders are in a bad place.
Green
Bay Packers, Derek. And guess what? I've already seen Green Bay Packer fans arriving. I expect a whole bunch of them to roll into town tomorrow night for the 3-day weekend, probably up until Monday. We'll see a lot of them on Fremont Street this weekend. The Green Bay Packer fans, they like to wear. They'll be wearing the big cheese head on Fremont Street.
They travel well. They'll pack out. There'll probably be more Packer fans in that stadium than Raider fans. They'll travel real well. What is the Raiders' record? What's the Raiders' record right now? 1-3.
Yeah, they're a mess.
1-3. Jimmy G's still. Do you know, Drew, if he's still on concussion protocol?
He's still in concussion protocol right now, but he is on track to play. But they saying that if not, they're going to start the rookie again. But I'll be honest with you. I said this. Remember our first tailgate talk, Dave, when I said in the middle of the season, near the trade deadline, you're gonna look at the Raiders are going to be out of it already, and they're going to wind up unloading Devontae Adams and trade him.
Yeah, he's unhappy there.
Oh, he's not happy here?
He's not happy there.
Damn.
No.
I can really see it. I just don't think that you got Josh McDaniel, and tell you the truth, what Josh McDaniel has been nothing without Tom Brady. He's been exposed and everything, and it's the way that he's running the team and everything. It's like when he had it in Denver the second year of his Denver, or when he was coach of Denver Broncos, when it's going downhill. It's all going downhill now, and it seems it's not going to get any better. So,
Hey, Derek, have you been out to the M Resort in Las Vegas? They got their own Raiders restaurant.
I
You
have
got
not. Where's
you
that?
got to
Where's that
check it out.
located?
That's right around Las Vegas. When you enter Las Vegas, if you were to drive in on 15, it's the first casino off 15 on St. Rose Parkway. They got their own Raiders. It's the official home of the Raiders. They got their own restaurant. And then the practice facility is just down the street. And I can remember we used to have customers in Alameda, and I had seen the Raiders practice facility, their whole headquarters in Alameda. This is a complete, like the whole thing is an upgrade from stadium to practice facilities to corporate headquarters. I'm shocked Devontae Adams isn't happy. I mean, it's not a competitive team this year. I can see that, but everything else about the organization seems to have been completely upgraded.
I think he's just at the point in his career where he wants to win, and that's what's important to him. You know, anyone else, you 2 or 3 years, you love in Vegas and you just want to be out there. Because I know when I went to Cincinnati, I hated that shit just because it was in Cincinnati. Hated the cold weather. So go ahead. I'm gonna go grab some water real quick.
All
You
right.
guys take the stage.
Like I look at it like this: you had the scapegoat, and you used Derek Carr as a scapegoat, and got rid of him, released him and everything, thinking, oh, you know, I got a scapegoat, use Derek Carr and everything, then you guys still suck. You bring Jimmy G in, a guy that had experience with Josh McDaniel in his system and everything in the Patriots, and they suck. They completely suck. Their defense gives up points. They don't draft well. Like,
but you know what? You're gonna get a lot of hate from these Raiders fans. Raider Nation got a great fan base.
Here's the thing.
They're diehard.
That is my second favorite team, the Raiders.
Where's my black hole? What's that? Who's your favorite?
Behind the Eagles. They're my second favorite team behind the Eagles.
The Raiders?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I had an authentic Randy Moss Raiders jersey, sold on numbers and everything. I paid $350 for it. This was years ago, and everything. I don't even know where that jersey is now, and everything. And like, I was like this. Oh, like, and it's a shame because when the Raiders somewhat made a buzz and grabbed players, they still suck. Because you gotta get somebody that coaches that brings the organization to the ground and everything. And you know, people don't like Josh McDaniels, so what can I say? The Raiders are on their way to possibly maybe winning 5 games this season. They call it a day.
And shout out to Running at Altitude. It says it might be a Super Bowl repeat this year. Drew, I bet you wouldn't be hating on that, on the Eagles making it back.
Has that ever happened?
Eagles will.
Has that ever happened?
Tell you the truth, yeah. Didn't Dallas and Buffalo rematched a couple of times in a row?
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right.
I can see.
I don't see that happening.
But here's the thing. The Eagles are the only team in history to lose a Super Bowl and to start the next season 4-0. And potentially 5-0.
That's some close 4-0s though. Honestly, I don't see the Eagles getting past 49ers or even Cowboys this year. I don't know. Just from what I'm seeing right now.
It's like
from what I'm seeing right now, I don't see it.
They're going to split with the Cowboys. They're going to split with the Cowboys. I think they're going to get it together by the Niners, and I think they're going to beat the Niners at home.
Oh, hell no. In Santa Clara?
Look at it like this. They're number 2 against the 1 in 1 defense. Even though right now they're 27th against the pass, but they're still figuring out this new defensive coordinator scheme. And we have the future rookie of the year, Jalen Carter, that has the second most pressures in the league with far less snaps than Aaron Donald.
We'll just pass the ball all day. True. We'll just pass the ball. Ayuk. We'll get them all catching the ball.
But here's the thing. You gotta win the ball to win the game. You guys gotta win that ball to win the game. You guys are based off the 1, and we get pressure on Brock Purdy and everything. He ain't gonna be able to throw that ball. Might be a repeat of the NFC title game.
No, it's not fair. He broke his arm.
Let me ask you this, Philly. So you're obviously an Eagles fan. So do you bet with your heart on the Eagles because you're a fan? If they're going up against somebody, they might not have a chance. You still bet on the Eagles, or how does that work with you and
When
the
I
Eagles?
bet,
Have you ever betted against the Eagles?
no, I never bet. I know. Here's the thing:
And why is that?
if I didn't think they would win the game, I didn't bet on it. Because tell you the truth, when I don't think they're gonna win the game, they win the game.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Like here's
I
the
see.
thing:
That makes sense.
like a couple years ago, like a couple years ago, when the Rams were actually really good, and the Eagles were going to Los Angeles and they were the underdog, they wound up beating the Rams. Not only beat the Rams, but win by at least 10 points in both those meetings. So people are thinking that, oh, the Eagles are going to get blown out. No, they win by like 10 points. They'd be up as much as 17 during the game, and they never trailed for those 2 games. And I'm like, okay, I think they're going to lose. Like,
hey, ShoeShine, going back to what you were saying that does for these recruits and stuff, the strippers, do they bring in the strippers and all this stuff? Now in this area of social media, I'm a story. I think I said this before, but back when I was with the Cardinals, Buddy Ryan was coaching there. You remember Buddy Ryan, you guys? Hopefully, right? You guys do remember Buddy Ryan?
yeah.
It was Finney's trying to come in. Hold on. So anyway, this would have never happened these days. One of the coaches, no, it was a player's birthday. He brought strippers into the facility, our practice facility, where we hold meetings, to dance nude for this player. Now, that would never happen in these days because somebody's gonna film and it's gonna hit the internet, and it's gonna be big controversy and he'll probably end up getting fired. But a lot of the players, I remember Aeneas Williams, who has a gold jacket. I remember him and like 10 other players walking out because they're real Christian faith, or however you want to, they're like, I'm here to work. I'm not here for this shit. You know what I mean? While the rest of us, obviously, we was like, rah, rah. But I remember them walking out and there was just a big issue. But Buddy Ryan did what the fuck he wanted. Like, I'm telling you, that dude was off the chain. Some stuff I don't want to say on here, but that dude pretty much did what he wanted as a head coach. He was head coach and GM for the Cardinals then. But anyway, that just popped up in my head. Go ahead.
Derek, here's a question for you. And like I don't know if Lawrence Taylor played for in the Saints when you played and everything. Was it true that what he did the night before the games, he would send a prostitute to the offensive lineman of the other team's hotel and try to?
Now he may have done that like during the playoffs or something like that. I could probably see, but when we played him, my rookie year, I actually played against him. He's no joke. But not when we played him. And then probably some important game he may have done it. You know what I mean? I could see him doing that, but nothing that I could vouch for. You know what I mean? But what up, Finney?
What's good, Finney? What's good, Finney the legend?
Chilling. Yeah, man. Y'all didn't see my Hey, yeah, man. I seen you that's why I came in here. There's only one legend, bro.
My man, future legend.
Hey, and then let me even show you. I'm gonna even show you something different.
Oh shit! Well, legend bubbles.
There's only one, bro.
Y'all coordinated for this episode.
No, I'm actually going to take mine. You can have it. I'm going to take mine off. But what's up? What's good, fellas?
Finney, that's kind of corny, man. Y'all wearing the same shirts. Y'all called each other before the show?
No. I don't even know him. I don't even know this guy.
Yeah. I seen his shirt said legend, and I'm like, hold on, the sports show. If everybody on here knows legend, and they're gonna let him get away with that, I gotta come on the camera, bro. Y'all gotta stop that.
What's up? Hey, you catch the Canelo Alvarez fight?
Come on, man. I already told you the blacks was not following Charlo because of that. We don't follow that, bro. That's why nobody was watching that. We already knew what was gonna happen. We was not gonna let y'all one up us like that. No, sir.
Oh my God.
Hey,
no,
ShoeShine, I think I might have asked you this already, ShoeShine, but I was telling Finney that fight looked like Charlo was just there for the bag and that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Of course you're there. Of course you gotta, you're there for the money. But it seemed like that's all he was there for. He moved up in weight class, right? Or did he go down in weight? Whatever he
No,
went.
No,
Up
he
in
went
weight.
up two.
It
He
just
definitely
seemed
went
like
up two weight class.
The bag was there. I know I'm not gonna win. That's what it seemed like to me watching that fight. Like, let me get this money and I'm out. Because at one point, his trainer or manager,
Derek
whatever
James,
you call him,
Derek James
was saying to him, dude, you're losing. He told him like 7th round or whatever, you're losing. And Charlo never changed his game up. It was just survive. It seemed like a survive tactic here. Let me get my money, get out of here unscathed, and move on. That's how I seen that.
Well, you're spot on. And actually, that takes quite a bit of talent to be able to leave the ring unscathed. I mean, many of opponents have come in to fight Canelo and not escaped a brutal knockout. So that does say something about his level of talent as a champion. But I think it was really obvious to most people, you were pretty spot on, Derek, is that after he felt Canelo Alvarez's initial power shots, which came early, Canelo lunged in with this brutal body shot. He's literally broken a UK fighter. Drew, what was the guy, the UK fighter's arm he broke? Caleb Smith? He broke a guy's arm in a fight from the same punch that he landed on Charlo early on. I think that's when Charlo was like, all right, well, fuck, he does hit as hard as everybody says he does. And he went into, like you said, survival mode. Let's not come out of the ring in a stretcher.
Like I got a lot of heat when I said when this fight was made, it's a cherry pick and everything. And I told everybody, Charlo's power is not coming up to 168 with him. It's a cherry pick. And it's going to be a one-sided fight. And everybody's like, oh, this is a good fight. This is a good fight. What happens? One-sided fight. Dude had no power at 168. And after he got knocked down to 7th, he went into survivor mode. And, like, the whole card was boring as hell. Like, there was a fight on that. If you guys watch our channel, I'm closely in tune with one of the fighters who was that co-main event, Jesus Ramos Jr. out of Arizona, not too far from where you live, Derek. That's our boy out of Casa Grande, Arizona, and he took his foot off the gas to, I think, was probably bad advice from his corner, and fortunately and unfortunately, his corner is his father. They pretty much alluded that he had it in the bag against Erickson Lubin. So he really didn't go for the KO, which when you're on a pay-per-view fight of this magnitude and you got 800,000 people paying $89, that there is no cruising to the end. There's just no cruising. I mean, you got to go for an impressive finish. That was bad advice. Wasn't the right game plan. And he paid for it by being shocked by the judges rewarding Lubin. So in my opinion, I thought he won the fight, even taking those last 4 rounds off, but that's not the way it goes in Vegas. It just reminds you got to leave it all in the ring, especially on the big stage. Leave it all in the ring.
If you remember last week, I said that Charlo had no chance to win the decision because it's still that bullshit in boxing. But let's keep it real. Dude from Arizona whooped black dude's ass the whole fight. You could say let off the gas or whatever. Black dude didn't even believe he won at the end. When they said his name, his ass was like, who, me? Oh,
even his trainer said, even his trainer was in the corner saying, you're not even doing shit and everything. Yeah. Like, I had it 9-3.
Yeah, it really makes me wonder how much the casinos in Las Vegas still have an impact on the way these judges score cards, because obviously he was a heavy favorite and the card, they have to balance it somehow out for the sports books people, but because that was a really big upset. I'm still in shock. We got close friends that are close to him, and we had interviewed him just a week before the fight. And people asked me, can you get a hold of him to talk to him? And I'm like, come on, you know what? Seriously, leave the kid alone. Because when you take your first professional loss like that, you got a lot to think about and ponder on, and that's the wrong time to ask people for an interview. But that's the sport of boxing. Derek, we brought it up last week. I don't want to dwell on it too much on the sport of boxing. It's football, but I told you that PBC and Showtime, the relationship seems to be over, because that's where they brought, not Shakur, but Tank Davis fights on Showtime. All these great fighters, dude. That was a Showtime card. But the big news is it looks like they're going to be the first boxing promotion to work with Amazon. That's crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
How many people in the chat got Amazon on their TV? I got an Amazon Prime membership. I don't watch anything on Amazon Prime, but I know they got good content. And now it looks like 2024, that's where boxing is headed, to Amazon Prime on your TV.
Tell you the truth,
Amazon's spending a lot of money for content. I do know that, and they're kind of getting ahead of the game. But
they got football,
real
right?
Quick, I'll let you. Yeah. We just watched Thursday Night Football. Yep. They got this. They've been having shitty games so far, but should look up next week. But real quick before I let Philly go, so Lanil says Charlo gonna need to give me my pay-per-view money back, and I remember ShoeShine saying, these fights they cost way too much. No way I would pay $89 or whatever. I wouldn't either. You guys do know you can watch these fights on TikTok and shit. It's always somebody on TikTok that's showing it, and then I watch it I got on my Fire Stick. I got this app. I get it free. And Finney's got some app too. I'm just wondering, people, you guys still pay for, you actually paid for that fight, Lanil? I'm just curious. Like $89 for that fight? I would have been pissed if I would have paid for that fight.
Oh, most definitely. There's been a lot of fights. I remember the great era of Mike Tyson where his fights would end in 1 or 2 rounds and you were scratching your head. I paid for that? Man, he's that good. 1 or 2 rounds. But, as I was saying last week, that the content being on pay-per-view and streaming it's killing the sport of boxing. For one thing, a lot of people have figured out with devices like you just mentioned, Fire Sticks and whatnot, how to catch the fight for free, right? So very few people, and the numbers are low. They come out today, they say, maybe 600,000-700,000 people bought the fight. That's artificially low because there's so many people that are going to get the fight for free. Right. And eventually it's like CDs. Like, remember when everyone had a CD player in their car? That shit's going to be obsolete. And I think the sooner boxing promoters realize that the pay-per-view thing is dead, the better for the sport. That's my opinion. I think there's other ways.
Speaking on that, what can they do though? If let's say the pay-per-view is dead, what do you go to? They have to convince. They got to convince regular network television like CBS, NBC, ABC, the shit that's completely free where you could just get a little antenna on the back of your TV. They got to convince them and the advertisers that it is worth putting on big stars on free TV, the way they used to do it for athletes like Muhammad Ali and whatnot. For instance, I was saying today on this other show today, that they got this David Benavidez fight coming up, and he did extremely well against Caleb Plant here in Las Vegas. PBC had done some fights on CBS for a while during the pandemic. They got to go back to the drawing board, lobby to CBS and the advertiser and say, we're going to show a fight, and the winner of this fight is going to fight the famous Canelo Alvarez. Okay? So you got to tune into this. We're going to show this fight immediately after college Saturday football, and anybody could watch it. And you'll get 5 million people watching it. If you got 5 million people watching it, you could demand some heavy revenue from advertising. They got to try to go back to that model because right now it's just a niche sport where it's extremely expensive to follow the sport of boxing. That's why it's dying. Philly the legend shaking his head on that one. Go ahead. Not Philly the legend.
I don't think he's going to fight the winner of Benavidez Andre next. I think he's fighting the other Charlie brother next. Because here's the thing. You're going to do that, fight Benavidez or Andre next, and then tell you the truth, you fought the fight that everybody supposedly wants you to fight. Who else is there for you to fight to include your 3-fight deal with? And this going to be a head shaker right there. And with the thing with Amazon Prime, with Amazon and everything, this may kill their pay-per-view market because Amazon's probably not going to approve them going on pay-per-view and everything. Like, Amazon's a brand that does not like losing money. So if they're going to sign Al Heyman's PBC to their platform, they expect you to make money right away for them. What's that do? You have fighters like Tank Davis on that platform where they paid how much you pay for Amazon Prime? Like $10?
I think 12. I'm paying like $12. And let me see, that's the best. As someone who lives in Las Vegas, and now I know what it's like to go run errands. Derek, you know it in Phoenix, to go run errands, to go buy some stupid shit I love Amazon Prime. That's the best $12 that's the best $12 that comes out of my bank account. If you're gonna give me boxing for $12, that's a value. That's even I'll take it. Give me that shit for free. I don't want to pay to see Tank Davis fight, but I will pay for Amazon Prime.
But here's the other thing. If this happens, I'm gonna tell you this right now. HBO in the beginning of 2024 is gonna have AEW wrestling on HBO Max. All the premium events. I would not be surprised if HBO gets back into boxing and takes our Golden Boy or Matchroom off the zone and bring them to HBO Max, and that starts the demise of the DAZN network.
Finney, what you got? No, you was waiting to say something.
Oh yeah, well, boxing's biggest enemy is UFC. UFC, if boxing do go over to non-pay-per-view, they UFC's not gonna follow suit, and boxing is definitely not gonna sit back and let them basically pass them up. In reality, though, that's their biggest that's the biggest problem is UFC. But UFC, you don't get the questionable decisions, so they got a lot of stuff working for them that boxing don't. Boxing still got questionable decisions, still got like a lot of negatives where it's getting better. The best are fighting the best, but at UFC they don't have a problem like that. They best fight their best, and they don't have questionable decisions. But whenever you see a UFC fighter get in there with a boxer, you see the difference. So boxing skill-wise is definitely a lot better, but UFC, as far as for entertainment purposes, they're not giving up pay-per-view, and they don't have the same issues as boxing.
Let me ask you guys this, and anyone can answer. Is you know how boxing where the promoters and they get together and they pick and choose? Is that the same as the UFC, where or does somebody govern over, like it's the NFL where they choose the schedule? How does that work with the UFC?
It's not one. It's one promoter. It's not like
it's
all
just
these,
one.
and it's not these managers that negotiate the fight. It's negotiate the fight. It's Dana White. He says, "Yo, you're gonna fight this guy, and I'm gonna pay you this much, because I think this fight's gonna do this much. I'm gonna pay you. This is the purse split and everything." It's not like other guys saying that, "Oh, we're gonna negotiate at the table and everything." It's Dana White saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay you this much to fight this guy, and if you're not gonna do it, I'm just gonna strip you of your belt."
But that's the beauty of the UFC compared to boxing is what you saw with Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford that took years and years to marinate and come to fruition. That would never happen in the UFC. I mean, all Dana White has to do is say, you're number one and you're number two. Y'all going to fight on this big major UFC card.
Does Dana White have any competition? Is there anyone trying to compete with him?
There's two other MMA companies that
Bellator.
can potentially compete with them, which is Bellator and One.
But they usually have the scrub, not the scrubs, no disrespect to them, but they usually recruit the guys that have been thrown out of the UFC for performance issues.
But I'll tell you this right now, Demetrius Johnson is in One. And I think he's one of the best fighters in his weight class in MMA in the world and everything. And people are saying, I think the one organization is on DAZN, and they pour a lot of money in the European market and the Asian market, because I think the headquarters, I believe, is in Asia, in one of the Asian countries. So they pour a big market in that area between Europe and Asia and everything. That they don't really have that many events in the United States, but when they do have events, they make money. So they could possibly be more competition than Bellator, because, like he said, they got a lot of the scraps in Bellator. But the one person they didn't have that they were trying to have for the whole time, but he did not want to fight there because of the way UFC operates, Fedor Emelianenko, and he's potentially the best heavyweight MMA fighter of all time. So.
All right, one more thing before we get back to football. I have a boxing question for you guys while you're here. Don't you guys think without a real strong heavyweight division, that boxing is pretty much going to just be like it is right now, unless the heavyweight gets back like it is when Mike Tyson was fighting.
I think your marquee divisions, at least one of your marquee divisions has to be there. And the marquee division is heavyweight and welterweight. And tell you the truth, welterweight's been a shit show, in my opinion, because it was people were waiting on the undisputed belt. And now once these two move up, it's a shit show. Really, because you don't know who's gonna step up at the top of that class. Heavyweights, I think heavyweight is a more attractive division than welterweight right now, because you got guys in the top, you got a lot of guys in the top 10 that can possibly beat guys, like a guy that's number 10 can probably beat a guy that's like number 5 or number 4, if you want to put it like that. Like there's still like guys like Tyson Fury, AJ, Deontay Wilder that people look at. But when those guys leave and retire, then you can say the heavyweight division is a shit show, because you don't know who's going to be that next American heavyweight to step up and everything. And there's only like really one guy you can say that's the next that has the best chance of being the next American heavyweight, which is Jeff Big Baby Anderson.
Out of Ohio. Derek, I was really pissed last week. I just came on for a quick minute with you, and it turned out to be a long session. I had talked about the heavyweights, Tyson Fury not wanting to fight the other guy who has 3 titles, which is Usyk, because you want to unify all these titles, right? There's 4 titles. And out of nowhere this week, the breaking news was, as soon as Tyson Fury's done fighting the UFC former heavyweight champ Ngannou in Saudi Arabia, they've already signed the deal to fight Usyk, which will take place. They'll announce the actual date after the fight with the UFC guy Ngannou, because they don't know if Tyson Fury might sustain an injury or whatnot. They don't want to announce an official date, but they did sign a contract, which is that's like the best news I heard. That is going to be a big deal. You will have a heavyweight champion at the end of all this that can say, I've got all the belts, so come out and take pictures and I'm undisputed. I am the king of the throne.
Wait, you just said he's fighting a UFC fighter. Wait,
first
boxer's fighting. Okay. Oh, first, I got you.
First, right, yeah, and immediately after that, he will fight the other guy, Usyk, Alexander Usyk, who has the other 3 titles. They will unify those titles, and that's a great thing. Derek, like you said, most people just follow boxing to see the heavyweights, and if they don't have a heavyweight that they're rooting for, they kind of tune out. And at the moment, with Deontay Wilder kind of falling out of the limelight, he's approaching his late 30s. He's been knocked out by Tyson Fury. There's, not an American to root for.
Right. All right. Well, let's move back over into the football world. And I want to see what your guys' picks are for this week. I'm going to put them up on the screen in a quick sec. How do I get this? I'm going to get rid of this.
My picker for the Raider fans. What's going on in the stands, Derek? Let's talk about that. You should have a segment every week where you show fans fighting in the stands.
Man, we got a warning. We showed a fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we got this. We didn't get a strike, but we got a warning. I was like,
we'll scrap that.
It
just seems like there's a ton of violence in the stands.
I'm like, what the hell?
And they're saying we're terrible, the Philly fans.
It is a lot.
For bombing Santa Claus, but everybody else fights in the stands against each other and tries to kill one another.
It's more because of the alcohol, right? Because I seen one guy just getting pummeled, and it just seemed like he didn't feel it at all. Like Jesus.
These females, they put their hands on anybody. Man, everybody's like,
Well, every Monday you see the videos that are going viral. Every Monday somebody's already died at a game this year. You got men fighting, throwing each other down the sea. You got women fighting. It's crazy out there.
Let me see if I can pull one up somewhere. Hold on.
Cowboys fans are the worst.
Bring that up.
Cowboy fans are the worst?
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, are they? I thought the Raiders fans were the worst.
Cowboys fans are the worst.
Cowboy fans? Come on, you're insulting the Cowboy fans in here.
When I go to a supermarket in Philly, the security guard is a Cowboys fan. So he came to me And he was like this, Cowboys are going to do something this year. I was like this, you know what? You Cowboys fans say the same thing every year. And what happens? You choke. So you keep thinking Dak Prescott's not going to choke this year, buddy. I'm going to go buy my groceries and get going. He gets mad at me for saying it. I was like, but he's like, you know what? It is true.
Where's the Cowboy fans in this chat?
And he's never won a game against them yet. Jerry Jones should be fucking pissed. Like, you see, I see a lot of memes on Jerry Jones, and it's funny as hell, half of them, because remember he got caught with the young lady, with the young girls one time, so they were making memes about it, and I had a meme about it before. It says, somebody better find me a glory hole. And it had a picture of Jerry Jones on it.
Let's get into these picks, Derek.
All right, let's get into these picks.
Because I'm curious your thoughts on this UK game, the early Sunday morning Buffalo Bills. They really stomped on this Dolphins team that had put out 70 points. They made Tua look like average. And the Buffalo Bills are going over to the UK, to London, to play, was it the Jaguars?
Jaguars. Jaguars were just there this weekend, and they just stayed there.
Exactly. So they're going in the press saying, hey, we've been here. You're the ones going to be acclimated to the time change. We're ready to play. But I don't think they're going to have the talent to beat the Bills.
Shit. I ain't going for that. But let's do this, fellas. Go ahead, Philly, before we get into these.
Here's the thing. I don't think the Jags beat Buffalo right now, because their defense is still suspect to me.
I don't see it either. So we got the first game. You got the Jaguars versus Bills. Would you take the spread on this, the Bills, to beat them by 5.5? Or do you go money line? We're putting together a parlay now. So remember, the money line ain't bad when you add up all the games.
I'll go with the spread.
Bills cover the spread easily.
All
Take
right,
that, Johnny Savage, if you're listening. They're
let's
gonna
go.
whoop you.
You guys in the chat, give me your picks also. We got Texans at Falcons.
You know what?
Texans.
I would take
Falcons
the
are
money
favored by
line.
1.5.
I would take the money line with the Texans.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I watched the Falcons play the Jaguars last week, and that shit, the Falcons quarterback is just awful. So definitely the money line with the Texans. That's what I was thinking. So now we have the Panthers, Lions. Lions favored by 10. The money line is minus 500. But again, we're putting together a parlay, so we just need a winner here, to be honest.
I would take the money line, because you don't know what Detroit team shows up right now. Like, they'll be blowing out one team the 1 week, and then a team you'll think they blow out the next week, they have a close game against. So I'll take the money line.
You think the Panthers are going to pull off an upset like the Bears today?
No, I think the Panthers.
No, you're taking the line. Yeah, you're taking the Lions with the money line, right?
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
Right. Okay, yeah.
I'm probably gonna do another parlay.
Right.
A cheap
so now we got the Titans and the Colts.
I'll take what's the line on that?
Titans are favored by 2.5.
I'll take the money. I'll take the spread with the Colts.
The plus 2.5. Okay. I was gonna say the money line on that, but same thing. Giants, Dolphins. Dolphins are favored by 12.5.
You know what? I would take the spread with the Dolphins.
Dolphins are going to cover that.
I think the Dolphins are going to. I think the Dolphins are going to score 40 points on them.
They should, but with understand this is a parlay now. Yeah. Let's say we got like 14 games in here. Would you risk that and the Dolphins only beat them by a touchdown? Or would you? I mean, obviously your odds are going to be bigger. The money's going to be bigger. But would you risk, if you only had one parlay to do, let's say you put 100 on this parlay, would you risk that?
$100. That's 10 times more than your parlay.
If I'm doing a parlay,
let's just say we're just using it even number. You know,
I'll take the money line if I'm putting $100 down on it, because the Giants might wake up. But here's the thing: where's the game at? Miami or New York?
It's in Miami.
Well, I mean, when the hell has the Giants showed up anyway?
Is
besides
Saquon playing?
ShoeShine. The reason I say 100, because $10 or $5 sometimes we'd be like, you bet what you can lose. You know what I mean? So now let's put 100 down. Now you have to be real, like, okay, I got to do a real pick. I can't just, let me try this. This is something you actually thought about. You know what I mean? Really put some effort into. So that's why I say $100. So you're still taking that spread?
I would still take that spread with the Dolphins. Because
the Giants are playing awful, and then Saquon with that high sprained ankle, who knows when he's coming back?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I really feel they could beat them.
They're gonna beat them by at least 17 points.
17, yeah,
by at least 17 points.
It could be a blowout again.
I think it is gonna be a blowout. I said yesterday, Dave, that I'm predicting 42-0.
What's the chat say? People say take the money line for an automatic win. Don't risk it. Paul thinks they're gonna go with the upset.
That's definitely what I'm doing. I'm taking.
All right, do the money line. It's your $100.
Yeah, I don't need him DMing me later. Say, yo, Drew, what the hell?
No, we just doing this for entertainment. I'm gonna do my own picks. Trust me. But this one I'll probably put $10 down on. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna make another parlay, like maybe another $5-10 parlay just for the hell of it.
Right.
I gotta empty out my bet slip.
I'll probably put 20 on when I get paid next week.
Is anybody in the chat using MGM Sports?
That's what I'm using.
Because that shit was hacked.
I use DraftKings, so
this week I heard MGM people that use that betting app have been getting hacked.
It might be shit because something's going on with on my laptop. Something's going on where it's not letting me see my bet slip. But on my phone, I'm fine. So actually, I'm doing all this stuff on my phone right now, and then I'm gonna tally it up. Get this shit. Jesus, what the hell?
But I'm gonna want to get a soda real quick.
So confirmed.
Number 70 also said Dolphins money line. Okay.
So NFL. So we had just because I'm putting this stuff in my phone. We had the Bills. We took the points. We took the beat by 5.5 over the Jaguars, and then we took the Texans money line. We took the Lions money line. We took the Colts, right? The points, right? Plus 2.5. All right, Dolphins. What are we saying now? Are we stuck on the?
I don't know. The chat's feeling the money line. Money line.
All right, so we'll go with the chat money line. Now let's go to the Saints Patriots. Saints are playing at the Patriots. The Saints are favored by 1. Chat, what you got? What you guys got?
I got Belichick.
Now
Belichick.
I'm factoring in is Carr playing for the Saints, and for the Patriots, Christian Gonzalez and Judon are out for the year. So that's 2 big pieces on their defense. And so, I would take the Patriots with the money line.
Even though, yeah, that makes sense because it's just favored by 1 point. So, Yep.
Number 70 says the Saints got a lot of injuries. Paul Martinez, 21-14 for the Saints.
We got the Ravens at the Steelers. Ravens favored by 4.5.
I'll take the spread with the Ravens.
I think the Steelers are going to take it. Money line.
You got Steelers money line. He has Ravens spread. What's the chat? Chat, we need your help. What do you have, chat?
We got 1 Ravens take the spread.
Me personally, I'm money line. Just this NFL is fucking crazy. So, all right, it's a toss up. You said you had the Steelers? Wait.
Yeah, me and Paul got the Steelers.
Philly, you had the Ravens with the spread?
I got the Ravens with the spread.
Veronica R. Steelers take the win.
Ugh,
Now remember, Kenny Pickett got injured last game.
Yeah, y'all got to remember that. All right, we're going to split it down the middle. What we're going to do is damn, what the fuck just happened? We're going to go with the Ravens with the money line just to. All right, let's go to the next. We'll let Philly pick first. Eagles at Rams. Eagles favored by 4.5.
I'll take the spread with the Eagles.
You love these spreads. I hate spreads. I hate spreads, doing spreads in the parlay. All right. The Eagles ain't been playing good. They've been keeping the games close. You do realize that.
Yeah, but they'd be to win. Here's the thing:
right.
teams don't play their best ball, and they still find ways to win. Imagine when they get it together and everything, they're going to be a real dangerous team.
You think Donald is going to get to your quarterback?
He might get a sack, but I think our defensive line's going to get to Stafford all day. I think the defense is actually going to play better this game.
You know what? I'm going to call this the Philly parlay spread. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me make sure I got all your picks right. You had the Bills covering with the Jaguars. Texans over the Falcons. You took the money line. Lions, you took the money line, right? Because they was favored by 10.
I take the money line with the Lions.
Okay. The Colts and the Titans, you took the 2.5 points. Colts over the Titans, right?
Yeah.
Plus 2.5. Dolphins, you took the spread, right? Dolphins, Giants at Dolphins, 12.5. Okay. We're going to come back Monday or Tuesday or whatever and see which one wins. I'm going to do a different one. If any of them wins. Patriots, you took, right? Money line. What'd you take? Saints, Patriots.
I took Patriots money line.
Okay. Ravens, you took the spread 4.5 over Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're at the Eagles. You're taking the 4.5 over the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't sound sure about that.
I am sure. I might even make a separate bet just on that game too.
Okay. So we got the Bengals at the Cardinals. Bengals favored by 3.
You know what? I can't trust the Bengals. I can't trust them. I'm going with the money line on the Cardinals.
Okay. +1.
Hey, I like the way the Cardinals played against the 49ers last week, man. They played a good game up until the half.
I'm going to do some parlays with Cardinals winning and one with the Bengals winning because I think Joe Burrow, he's going to play this weekend. Just the way his interview, it just made me seem like he has to win this weekend. All right, he's going to pull it out. So we got the Jets, and the Broncos. Jets at Broncos. Broncos favored by 2.5.
Broncos.
I'm going Jets money line.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that one?
Yeah, I don't. The Broncos just.
Veronica says Cardinals are not going anywhere this year.
Do they go anywhere any year? Shit. I mean, what year are they gonna go somewhere without Larry Fitzgerald?
That was a good upset against Dallas Cowboys.
All right, now we got. Veronica, tell us something we don't know, please. All right, Chiefs at Vikings. Chiefs favored by 3.5.
I'll take the Chiefs money line.
Chiefs spread. I know you don't want to do, but Chiefs that spread so easy. Vikings are
that spread. You sure, Philly?
I'll take the money line with the Chiefs this one. Like okay. I could see them beating the Vikings by at least 10, but I'll take the money line this game. And
the better question is Taylor Swift going to be there for Kelsey? Will she be back in the stands?
I still think his
I'm surprised. Is any platforms having that bet on their platform?
If she shows up
at the game? Yeah.
That'd be a great bet.
Yeah,
any Swift?
She could.
I hope
she could definitely have somebody put a shitload of money on that, and not that she needs the money, but you know what I'm saying. There's some insiders would know about that would put a whole bunch of money down on that. So I don't see any platform putting that out there like that. All right, we got the big game. Cowboys, 49ers. 49ers favored by 3.5.
I would take the Niners with the spread.
Niners with the spread.
And for the garbage game of the week, and it's on Monday, Packers at Raiders. Raiders favored by 1 point.
That's crazy.
I'll take the Packers with the money line.
All right.
Packers money line.
So let's see. We put $10 down on this. What do we get if we hit? We get $35,802.
God damn.
We going to Vegas.
So I'm going to place this bet, yo. What happens if I win? Is Philly gonna hit me up for it? Obviously, I would give them some of it, but let's just say in the chat right now, and Philly, you say what you think. If this hits, well, you should be placing it your own self too, shit. But if it hits, what should Philly get out of this, you guys?
What's his commission?
Yeah. For some reason, this hits.
So what he jinxed.
I'm saying ask for 10%.
Oh man.
You can ask for Derek. By the way, did you know that in Las Vegas, I finally found out in Las Vegas, if somebody puts $100 into a slot machine,
I know what you're gonna say,
and your girlfriend or your homeboy comes and presses the button or pulls the slot, you are not entitled to the person who pulls the slot is entitled to the jackpot.
Yep.
Not the person who put the $100.
So will he be entitled to this winning?
Lanil's in the chat says 10% seems fair.
I need Philly to say something. I don't want him suing me.
You don't want to put the money up, Derek.
Hey, you heard what ShoeShine just said. It don't matter who puts the money up.
Or would you take ShoeShine since you had some saying this too?
10% sounds pretty fair. What's that? 10% of $35,000, $350. Ooh, 3,500. Damn.
I'll take the 3,500.
All right, y'all hear it, right? So there's no issues, minus the tax.
What are the chances of hitting that parlay? What are the chances?
The chances are 1 out of 357,000. Now, let's go back. We should go back because what sometimes happens, because like I say, I like to do the money lines, and a spread can fuck you up sometimes. Let's just say all these win, but now one of them you didn't cover the spread. You see what I'm saying?
So you want to do the money lines all of them, see how much you make.
Yep. Now that was 35,000. So let's go back and do the money line. Let me save that, close that out, and see what we win with the money line. It'll probably be half, but we're about to see. Let's go. Come on, app. NFL. Blah blah blah. Let me clear this bet slip. You guys know Lil Durk is performing on Prime, the post-game show. All right, here we go. We got Jaguar, Bills, obviously Bills money line. We got Texans, Falcons. Who do we have just to win the game? Who do we have?
I picked Texans.
Okay. Panthers, Lions. We got Lions.
Lions.
Titans, Colts.
Colts.
You guys that are able to bet in your states, you guys should put $1 down on this shit. I'm telling you. You're going to be mad if this shit hits and you didn't do anything. All right, we got Giants, Dolphins. That's Dolphins, right?
Dolphins.
Saints, Patriots.
Pats.
Ravens, Steelers.
Ravens.
Eagles, Rams.
Eagles.
Bengals, Cardinals. Ugh, that's ugly. Jets, Broncos.
Jets.
Chiefs, Vikings,
Chiefs.
Chiefs,
Cowboys, 49ers,
Niners,
Niners.
Packers, Raiders. That's an ugly game.
Packers,
We got the Packers.
Cheeseheads. Yeah, I don't think Jimmy G's coming back.
Raiders are favorite. All right, so we take the Packers. So now, see how much less this is. Let's go $10. So now it's $10 to win $8,441. Obviously, the odds are a lot better. You have better odds of winning 1 out of 84,000 to win this. So 10% again. I'm gonna place the bet. We cool with 10%?
You said what? 2%?
10%.
Oh,
He
10%.
said 10.
Oh
8,
shit! You still that's a nice $800.
Yeah, $840. I'm gonna hit the place the bet.
You know what's crazy?
And we are good.
Oh, if this is true, someone in the chat said that MGM bought William Hill Sportsbook. It's crazy. Yeah, they everything MGM touches.
I just did
Gets
that.
screwed up.
I'm about to make the same parlay on DraftKings with $2. And it says I win $1,613 if I win.
For $2?
Oh, wait, say that again. 1,600?
No.
For
yeah,
$2? That sounds about right.
With a $2 bet.
Right. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because with a $10 bet is 8,400.
Yeah. You know what?
So times if you times that by 1,600 by 5, I think, or by 4, what is that? What'd you say? You're betting 250?
I'm betting $2.
$2. Oh, $2. So that's 5 times 1,600. I think that sounds about right. Yeah, 5 times 1,600. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It adds up. Yeah. Yep. So let me.
If I bet 5, it's 4,000.
Yeah. Now, if you bet 10, it should be 8,600 or whatever we said, 8,400 on that same thing. So, like I said, and then what I do with these parlays, I'll go all the way down. So I'll take all the games, and then I'll start taking games out, betting like $5 or whatever. So instead of a 14 game, now it's 12 down to, I'll go down to about 6 games. And all you need is one of them to hit. Now, obviously, the more games you have, the more money. But like I said, I'm in it for winning every week, making something every week. But here's the I'm gonna put in the ones that I have that I think, and get your guys' opinion on it. Let me remove this. And they're smaller parlays. There's 9 games, like a 9-game parlay to win $242. Like it's a $5 bet. So this one has college in it, obviously. It's Texas to win over Oklahoma, Alabama, Oregon State, Bills by 5.5, Lions, Dolphins, Ravens, Jets, 49ers. Like I said, then I'll bet $10 or 20 in another account. That's the one I feel good about. And this other one right here, I'll place these ones up in the community section. So you got anybody wants to place $1 or whatever. But these are the ones that I'm like, okay, 9 picks. I feel good about these. And I've been winning. If you guys looked at my stuff from last week, I've been hitting like these small, I wouldn't say smaller bets, but I don't know what you want to say. It's like you bet $5 to win $250. You know what I mean? So I've been hitting those, and it definitely covers, and then some. Anything that I lost. So like right now, because of the Commanders, I probably only got like maybe $60 in losses right now because of Commanders. I had them in like 5 parlays. That's totally, gone. this week. But I got like 20 more bets still sitting out there with the college and all this other stuff. So all I just need to do is make up that 50 and then some. So and I should, because I got like some 3-game parlays, that should hit. Put 10 down to win like 60, a bunch of those. So anyway, that's my stuff for the week. You guys got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up, Derek. It's not football related at all, but this week in baseball, I was telling you about this, but Ronald Acuna has become the only player in the history of baseball to have 70 stolen bases and 40 home runs. And when you think about that, Jose Canseco and Barry Bonds were the two of the biggest names to do 40-40. And they potentially, Jose Canseco admitted he did that under PEDs. You have to scratch your head and wonder how it's even possible for somebody to come up with these 70-40 in the era of baseball that's supposedly clean. And
so are we going to automatically think if anybody does that as PEDs, period? Is that
well, I'll tell you. Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't suspect it, but then I saw the sports documentary on Netflix. And if you guys have time to watch, you want to watch a good sports documentary, go and watch the Victor Conti sports documentary on Netflix, because he exposes
the track athletes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I watched that. That's a very good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not only the track athletes, but how he impacted the sport of baseball, and even boxing, right? And I have to scratch my head and wonder, are baseball players finding a way to get around their testing to come up with these, to come up with the kind of numbers Acuna did? I'm just wondering, is it possible? Because in boxing, every day, even in the UFC, they're still finding athletes they're finding ways to overcome these PED tests. But nonetheless, a remarkable accomplishment by Acuna. So shout out to Acuna for making history in the sport of baseball.
Look at it like this. There's members of the Baseball Hall of Fame that got caught on steroids. Alex Rodriguez and everything, and they still have not allowed Barry Bonds in it or Roger Clemens. So I won't be surprised if anybody's juicing.
Yeah, and as we get into October too, a lot of people just wait until October to start watching baseball, which is a great time. I'm excited for it. Derek, thank you for having us on your show today.
Oh, glad. Anytime, man. You guys come back every week. But I figure it's not juicing unless you get caught. So it ain't stealing unless you get caught stealing. So I don't know.
Dave's trying to be happy because his team's not in the playoffs still. My team's advanced.
Hey, you know what? To baseball for a minute, I only kind of jump in when they hit the World Series. Is the Astros in the playoffs?
Yep.
Houston. Who's favorite? Who's favorite this year?
Tell you the truth, they think the Astros might go back. But in the National League, they won't be surprised if the Phillies went back.
What's the teams that everyone would want to see in the playoffs? If these two teams were in the World Series, this is going to be great for TV.
It's the rematch.
Who's that? I forget.
The Phillies and the Astros, if they both make it back this year, it'll be a rematch from last year.
Are the Dodgers and the Astros in the same division?
Nah, they're in different. So
they want to see the Dodgers and the Astros. Ain't the Dodgers popular?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the Dodgers always.
Or the Giants? Aren't the Giants very popular too? I don't know. I know the Astros are popular, but I thought the Dodgers were also very popular too. Besides the Yankees, they're always popular. Yankees aren't in it?
Yankees got kicked out.
What about the Mets?
No, it's the first year. This is the first year that the Mets, the Red Sox, and the Yankees, or the Cardinals, are not in the postseason.
Sam, I could care less about the Blue Jays, honestly.
That's my second favorite team, the Blue Jays.
I could care less.
That is my second favorite team. I even got a Blue Jays hat, but I'm a Phillies fan.
Were you a fan when George Bell and who else was playing? Cecil Fielder. Who the fuck did I play with? I mean, I didn't play with them, but they were playing when I played with them. Did you know who George Bell was and Jesse Barfield? Were you a fan then? Then you're not a true fan then if you weren't a fan then. Because that's when they were the best. When they had Barfield and George
What,
Bell.
93 when they won it all?
Had to be like, nah. What year was that? It had to be like 88, 87. But they were probably still there in 93, so I didn't keep track of them once I wasn't playing with them. So
I was
just
like
remember
5 or
like
6 at 93.
Yeah, I was 17. So, all right. Anything else?
Yeah, you know what, Derek? It looked like there's plenty of people excited to talk baseball in October. So you might want to have a little segment in the following weeks as we get into playoff season.
I can't talk baseball. If you guys can, I'll definitely turn it on and let y'all have at it. But I don't, even though I played, I don't follow baseball at all until the World Series.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't have anything to add to that.
I mostly be watching just the Phillies this year and everything because last couple of years I've been watching a lot more baseball where the Phillies are playing. So,
hey, ShoeShine, you said the guy you were just talking about, he has 40 stolen bases and what else?
Oh, 70 stolen bases and 40 home runs.
Wait. He has 70 stolen bases?
Yeah. Speed demon. That's why I speculate. I had to think about it. You know, when you think about the Victor Conti sports documentary and what effect he had on the track and field, you know, some of the fastest runners in the world. That's why I'm scratching my head. Is it possible to do that PED free? To be able to be that explosively fast and also have power to hit home runs? Is it possible to do that PED free? I'm just thinking.
Didn't Bo Jackson do something like that when he played?
What's that?
Or Deion Sanders?
Man.
I think the best baseball player.
Didn't Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders do something like that?
I think Bo Jackson was the best football player to play baseball. So he might have done something like that.
Do you think Bo Jackson was a better football player than Deion Sanders?
They didn't play the same position.
I know. I'm just saying.
I know Deion played for the Giants.
Okay. Well, you know, in San Francisco.
So they have to play the same position. So let me ask you this question. Was Bo Jackson a better running back than Emmitt Smith?
Emmitt Smith was better. Those are legends. Those are legends.
Emmitt Smith was a better running back than Bo Jackson, but he wasn't a better running. But Emmitt Smith wasn't a better running back than Barry Sanders.
So if you had 1 year and you take Emmitt Smith's best year or when he's in his best health or whatever, and you had Bo Jackson at his best, who do you take? And you only got him for 1 year. That's all. You don't need longevity. You just need 1 year. Who do you pick?
Probably take Emmitt Smith.
I take Bo Jackson.
But here's the thing. It depends if you have an offensive line with them too, because not a lot of running backs can run out of offensive line. Barry Sanders could.
So you're telling me Emmitt Smith, athletic-wise, is a better running back than Bo Jackson?
Better all-around back.
Better running back, period. Okay.
But
so if you had to pick any running back for 1 year,
it would be Barry Sanders. Because you don't
even
need
though some running backs had 2,000-yard years, Walter Payton, you know, these other Eric Dickerson. I'm just saying 1 year. I'm not talking about overall 10 years. Just you have him for 1 year. Barry Sanders is a good choice, though.
Here's the thing. Barry Sanders never had an offensive line, and he still went as good as he did.
Barry Sanders was made for not having an offensive line, though, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He was made to kind of improvise. I remember when we played him, our defense, they were taught to don't rush upfield. Just get your guy, stay there, let him come to you. Don't go to him. Let him come to you, because he will definitely break your ankle. Earl Campbell, good choice.
But like one of my favorite all-time running backs is Marshall Faulk. So
Let me ask you this: do you think Marshall Faulk is more talented than McCaffrey?
yeah,
What about Reggie Bush?
because he's the same type of back as McCaffrey.
Just take 1 year though. See, sometimes we look at the longevity. Marshall Faulk did it for a while. Let's just take his best year. You only have him for 1 year. You got Marshall Faulk, McCaffrey, Reggie Bush, and Roger Craig. Let's throw him in the mix if you remember Roger.
I'm gonna tell you,
because they're all kind of similar.
I would take Marshall Faulk because he's probably the only one out of those four that can guarantee to stay healthy the whole year. Because Reggie Bush was somewhat of an injury-prone back. Chris McCaffrey is somewhat of an injury-prone back.
He's been healthy this year so far.
Let's throw O.J. Simpson in that mix.
Oh shit!
The football player O.J.
I know. That's my son.
You know, O.J. Simpson is from San Francisco, man. He went to Galileo High School, man. He went to high school right down the street from me.
Is O.J. in the Hall of Fame?
Is he, Drew?
I think he is, but
somebody Google that. Is O.J. in the Hall of Fame?
I think he is. I won't be. I think he got inducted in the 80s or in the early 90s. Because, but I think that I know they took the high. They took.
Can they revoke
Heisman
it?
Trophy.
Okay.
No, somebody stole his Heisman Trophy. I think.
No, when they had the the civil trial, that was part of the settlement. He had to give him the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, okay.
That was part of the settlement. He lost his Heisman Trophy to the Goldmans. So
Veronica put Gore and Allen in that.
Frank Gore, 49ers. Yeah.
No one's taking Frank Gore over 1 year over. I don't think over these other players. Frank Gore he wasn't catching the ball out of the backfield, was he?
Nah, he was more of a power back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like this, like I'm talking about like all around skill and everything that you can get him out the backfield and give him a screen pass or a little like switch pass a little bit. I ain't taking Frank Gore. I'm not even taking Jerome Bettis.
Jerome Bettis. You mean over Frank Gore?
Yeah. McCaffrey going to be the MVP this year, Drew.
Over Frank Gore, yeah, but if you're talking about being a straight up running back and go and just running the ball, I'll take Jerome Bettis over Frank Gore. But
so they say OJ was inducted into the College Hall of Fame 1983 and the Pro Football Hall of Fame 1985. Okay.
But I'll be honest with you, I probably would take Mike Allstock over half those guys too.
So then who's your best running back? You got is Barry Sanders, that's all-time best running back?
All-time best running back is Barry Sanders.
Why not Emmitt Smith? Don't put the word if in there either. Why not Emmitt Smith?
Barry didn't need.
Why Barry over Emmitt? Huh?
Barry didn't need an offensive line.
It's not Emmitt's fault. Emmett had 900-something yards with the Cardinals.
And here's the thing.
At the end of his career.
Barry Sanders had a line in there. Barry Sanders, no ifs. Barry Sanders had a line. He'll probably break the all-time season record.
Yeah, but you're saying if in there. You're kind of you left out the word if, but you're basically saying if. He didn't know. You see what I'm saying? This is I hate, not that I hate, but I try to get people to stop using the word if, because it's like if I had $20 million, I could go buy. You know what I mean? It's like let's stick with what actually happened. So Emmett actually has the rushing record, and that's what we kind of determine the best by these records and yards and stats, right? Because you wouldn't say, let's say Barry Sanders played 5 years. Would you still say he was the best ever?
No, he played 8 years. But
right.
Yeah, I hate.
Based on, he's close to, his average was close to the records and all that stuff. I mean, we base stuff off, statistics, right? You kind of prove it. That's because they say Jerry Rice is the best receiver ever. I think Ocho
Facts.
Cinco, as far as a receiver ability wise, was better than Jerry Rice. If you look at,
I don't agree with
if
Jerry
you,
Rice being the best. I think Randy Moss is the best.
What?
I agree that Randy Moss, I think, is better than Jerry Rice. But let's say Larry Fitzgerald, who's behind Jerry Rice, he doesn't even get mentioned. You know what I mean? In any of these like best receivers. So which is kind of weird because he has the stats, but he doesn't get mentioned. I don't even think he gets mentioned as a top 5 ever receiver. But if you ever watch Ocho, I don't know if you really watched him. That dude was hard to cover. His feet, I've never seen anybody that size with the feet that he has.
Well, I had Larry as number 3.
Who?
I had Larry Fitzgerald as number 3.
Based on what? Okay, who's second? Who's first? Who's your first? Give me your top 5.
All right. Moss, Rice, Fitz, Owens, Ocho.
Are we missing anybody?
Like Randy Moss is my all-time favorite.
Are we missing somebody from the Rams or somebody that's
we talk about Isaac Bruce or Torrey Holt? They're top 10.
Right.
Like Randy Moss.
So you would actually you would actually take Larry Fitzgerald in a draft over T.O. and who else? Who was your 4th? Who was behind? I know T.O. was your 5th, I think. And Ocho, you would actually, if the draft, you would take him over them?
Because Larry Fitzgerald can get open, and he was a very good route runner. And he had great hands.
I wouldn't say open. He had the great hands, and he was big. I would give him that. But a good DB could shut Larry down because he wasn't that fast. If they had good technique, that's why they end up moving him in the slot later on in his years. I think his last 5 years they moved him to slot.
That's a great thing. Also, if you can play outside and in the slot, that's to me that's even better because you're more versatile.
But he couldn't play outside anymore. That's why they moved him to slot.
Yeah, because he got
kind of more like a tight end, kind of like more like how they spread the tight end out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now the tight end won't go out far, but he'll go into the slot. They was using him like that because Larry had to block a lot too. Marvin Harrison, yeah, probably top 10. Marvin Harrison. Okay. All right.
Tim Brown.
I'll let y'all close it out. Thanks you guys for coming in. I'll let you two close it out. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all Monday or Tuesday, whatever day I do my wrap up. ShoeShine, I'll probably see you sooner than later. I'll text you.
All right, I appreciate you, man. Hey,
Derek. My plans for this weekend.
Derek, I think you should think about having a little trivia section for your next show or upcoming show, because I can see your chat is really ready to participate. That might be a lot of fun to do a little NFL trivia and see how some of these people in the chat do.
For sure. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna I might even see you this weekend. So, but I'll text you.
Oh shit, I'll be out here.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all close it out. Appreciate y'all, right. And I'll see y'all.
So he's gonna let us close it out. Hey, thanks a lot, everybody who joined. Derek, shout out to my boy Philly Irish, Drew Evo. He says it's gonna be Eagles and the Niners. I say it's gonna be Eagles and the Niners in the NFC playoffs again. and this year I don't think I'll be taking a pie to the face, Drew.
Dave's smart not to take that bet.
Hey, thanks a lot, Derek. If you're still watching, you've got to shut off the show because I gotta go. I'm gonna bounce. Thanks a lot for having us on, everybody. And if you're not subscribed to my channel with Drew and I, please check us out on YouTube, ShoeShine. Now we're doing also a Wednesday football show, and we'd love to have everybody. And I got a phone line, so if you want to call in and give us your hot takes, we'd appreciate it, man. I'll see you later, Drew.
And plus, get to see my beautiful face twice a week.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys later next week. Thanks a lot, Derek Ware, DWare. Peace out, Urban Amigos. Peace.